it's a experience you'll never forget.
First NFL game experience you never forget. Hey, that's what I try to make with these moments here, man. Is being able to give people the experience that they never had before, especially with a draft party, you know. And even though it's like nobody wins or lose because you don't know how the puzzle going to fit at the end. Yes, right now Tyler Booker is the guy that we have on the team, but we can all argue that we can't judge the moment because you still got to wait for the second round, the third round, and of course we don't have a fourth round draft pick, but we got a fifth. What's your thoughts?
Well, first of all, I know Tyler.
Okay,
yeah,
you know him.
I
Okay.
know him. I've talked with his father and his parents.
Yeah.
He comes from a great family.
That's good.
Great young man. Great upbringing. Great supportive family, and a hell of a talent.
Yeah.
So I think it was a great pick. I mean, yeah, it may not be as sexy, but then
Right.
again, I think him coming from Alabama and playing on that level, the mindset. Yeah. Because one thing about playing for the Dallas Cowboys,
Right.
when you're an offensive lineman for the Dallas Cowboys, it's not like being an offensive lineman for the Jaguars.
Right.
No offense to
Yeah,
them.
right.
But we live in an era of brands. So we can go down the list
Yeah.
of the great offensive tackles. Like we can go down the list of the great running backs and defensive ends and tackles, the Dallas Cowboys. So it is kind of sexy.
Yeah.
She a little thick.
Yeah, she on the thick
And
side.
some people like them thick.
Hey, big back, big
Hey,
back.
look, I got a
Big
little
back,
brother.
big back.
I got a little brother. He like him 5'2", 350.
Yeah, shoot.
That's too thick.
That's thick.
Motion in the ocean. Shoot.
Yeah. So
Yeah, sunshine. Throw it
Some
up in
people
the
don't
air.
like that little thin stuff.
Yeah. So, hey, you know what I'm saying? More dimples than a golf
Yes,
ball.
sir.
Come on with it. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
sir.
Hey,
Yes,
it is
sir.
what it is.
Veggie back on my brother was saying was, not only do we need someone to protect Dak, but it's
Right.
also making a statement about our identity of running the ball.
Come on with it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, running the ball. And if you look, here's what it is. Anybody can throw fresh paint on a house, right?
That's right.
But if the foundation is bad,
Come on now.
the plumbing system won't work. You know, the doors and the cabinets won't
That's right.
close right. And people be thinking it's ghosts, but no, your foundation is cracked.
Man, you can't lay pipe.
You can,
Where the pipe? Where the pipe guy? I didn't even pipe song.
Yeah, you be scared of it. So at the end of the day, normally it takes a couple years for that offensive lineman to adjust. Everybody have a bad year, their rookie year. But for Tyler Booker's defense, they're going to squeeze him inside guard. So now he got help to his left. He got help to his right. And now we're going to make sure that we running the ball in the right way.
But you know what I love about
What
this
you love
Tyler
about
Booker? He's played football at a high level.
He did.
See, when you go to the University of Alabama, it's like the Ohio State. You go to play for championships.
Yeah.
So as long as he don't come here and act like he already won one,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, to be a Crimson Tide, you earn that.
Yeah.
To wear the star, you should earn that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that, once again, it gives us another idea, that culture that Coach Shoddy is reestablishing with the Dallas Cowboys.
No doubt. Now, to be fair, do I love the pick? No. I like the pick, but I don't love it. I would have loved for us to get a skilled player. I would have loved for us to get somebody that can take the top off the defense or run in between the splits, or to be able to catch a shallow drag and take it to the house. Unfortunately, the Cowboys don't have the same vision that I have, right? So maybe they get it in the second round or the third, you know. So that's what we're looking for.
Well, the truth of the matter, you only can pick one guy.
You want to pick one?
Yeah.
And I think it's hard because, like, the 49ers was bullying us. And so, like, that mentality of being like, hey, this is how we were successful in the past.
Right.
You know, this interior line and controlling the game. And as we've seen previously, when when we have a lead, we don't typically lose.
Right.
And if we can control the clock with running the ball and being aggressive on the offensive line, you know, like cutting down on penalties, what we kept doing, you know, previously, you know, kind of changing that mindset, getting back into like the 90s where we were dominant, we were in people's face.
Right.
You know, we got to get that mentality back.
Yeah, but another thing, though, that Booker brings, though, he's an athlete.
He's an athlete.
See, he's an SEC offensive lineman.
Okay.
So he ain't just a big dude, a big body.
Right.
He ain't a big, stiff dude.
Yeah.
He's probably light on his feet.
Yeah,
And so you got
need
an
somebody light
athletic
on your feet.
offensive lineman
Yeah.
that's going up against a Bosa
Yeah.
and them type of guys.
No doubt, no doubt. So here's the thing, though. With Connor Riley's system, he's going to be an offensive line coach. Of course, we already know that we also got, what's his name, the offensive coordinator not going to be for this year. His name is the tip of my tongue. I think his name is, y'all help me out in the chat. Boy, I got a senior moment. But he's from the Arizona Cardinals, right? So Clayton Adams, I believe, right? Y'all help me out. So what's going to happen here is we're going to do a lot of GT counters. We're going to do a lot of traps, pulls.
Right.
We're going to be
We
able
need
to,
that.
We're going to be able to stretch and get things out to the edge. Now, the only caveat would be, who's going to be our running back to do
Right,
that?
exactly.
There was news from Clarence Hill that the Cowboys are entertaining the ideal to trade for Breece Hall. So Breece Hall, I don't know, are you familiar with Breece Hall?
No, if he can stay away from being injured, he was obviously a high value pick with the Jets.
Right.
It's just, he had the unfortunate series of having some injuries, but if he can stay healthy and be on the field, that'd be a great addition.
Yeah.
I say we take a running back in the second round.
Yeah.
Because when you say if you can stay healthy, that starts getting, you get older guys that can't stay healthy, the chances of them changing that is kind of slim.
But you say that, look at what the Eagles did with Saquon.
Yeah.
Saquon was hurt, and they took a gamble and was like, well, he was this prolific running back. Let's see if he can do something different with the Eagles.
Right.
And they won the Super Bowl.
But was this guy Bryce ever a Saquon?
No.
Because Saquon's been a freak.
Well, he's never had the chance.
Now,
Well, how about in college?
well, I'm not saying Breece Hall is anywhere close to Saquon.
Because that was a freak. He was a freak. He been a freak.
Bryce Hall's this is what Breece Hall can give you shades of.
Okay.
And I'm not saying that he's Adrian Peterson,
right?
But he give you shades of Adrian Peterson. Big burly back that got some short area quickness and get upfield. So I'm not saying that that's going to be the thing, and nor will I'm telling y'all that Breece Hall is going to be the savior here. But what I can tell you is that this pick doesn't only solidify the run game. You also got to play the trench game with the Eagles.
Most
They
definitely.
got Jalen Carter. They got the Jordan Davis. So you just can't throw Brock Hoffman over there, who's 305 pounds, going against Jalen Carter, right? You got to have somebody. You need big bodies down inside. Yeah.
We got to get that wall.
Yeah.
If you don't have no wall, then you ain't gonna have nothing.
Yeah, it don't matter who you put back there. I mean, obviously, there's some legends, of course, but
it's always a cat and mouse game.
Right.
You got to get the offensive lineman for the running back, but you also got to get the offensive lineman to protect what you got to go up against. You got the Bama boys in Washington. You still got the Eagles, and then the Giants still got Sexy Dexter Lawrence. So you got to make sure you can block it up front.
That offensive lineman, he ain't that sexy, but he's more important than the running back right now.
Yeah.
Because you can get the top running back right now, Ashton Jeanty, we got him.
Yeah.
But if he can't get through that line,
mean nothing.
It means nothing.
Yeah. This is what I said. Breece Hall, Cornelius, appreciate you on the Facebook, man. I appreciate you. Oh, is it Breece or Bryce, man? My bad. Breece Hall. Breece Hall. You got a Hall.
Bryce Hall.
Lakers in 5. Bryce Hall, my bad, y'all. Is it not Bryce or Breece? Which one? Y'all messing me up now. You know what I'm saying? Well, it's one of them Halls, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't talking about the cough drop that you take. But I can tell you, though.
We need that, though. We've been sick for a little while.
A long while. We've been sick for a long while.
Yeah. Genty gone, too, y'all. So what I'm looking at, too, keep in mind, the Giants also drafted Abdul Carter. So the Cowboys' mindset would be a counter. They need to have their front five upright.
Man, I say in the second round, Cowboys go get Henderson from Ohio State, the Ohio State.
Yeah.